Hi Pot Gang, it's Kate here. I'm just going to give you a bit of an update on January's plants. So that was the potatoes, the chives and the strawberries. I didn't have much luck with my potatoes, unfortunately. While I was putting them out to chit, they actually went a bit mouldy and I had to throw them away. However, if this happens to you, Pot Gang are really helpful. They will send you out replacements. So they're sending me some replacement potatoes. And same thing with your seeds. If they don't germinate or if they wilt, and we'll talk about that with the strawberries later, you can just contact them, you can WhatsApp them and they will send you out replacements. Now the strawberries are tiny. They've taken ages to come up and they are really, really small. So don't worry if it takes weeks and weeks for them to germinate, because they're quite, I would say they're quite precious plants really. They take a long time. And then when they come up you'll be delighted, but they are teeny tiny. They're just about starting to get a second leaf, but as you can see they are pretty small. I haven't had luck with all of them, so I've just got these ones here. What you might find is that they'll spring up, you'll get terribly excited, and then they might die back. Now that's called damping off, and it happens with teeny tiny strawberry plants, mainly because they are so small and they're really susceptible to this kind of fungal condition. It happens because the compost can be too wet and also there's not enough air circulation around the plants. So the best thing to do is just make sure you're not over-watering the seedlings. And then if you can, it's quite a good idea to open a window for about 5 minutes a couple of times a day. And this window is quite good. It's double glazed, but it's not the best double glazing, so there is a bit of a breeze coming through. And I think that's why they've done quite well, because they have had a little bit of a breeze while they've been growing. So don't worry if it happens to you again. If they do die back, contact Pot Gang, they will send you replacements. The other thing you might find is sometimes you get a little bit of mould on the compost. Again, it's nothing to worry about. It's not dangerous. Just scrape it off and carry on as normal. So really nothing to worry about. I think it might be to do with the heat conditions. The compost that I've got outside has had no mould on it at all. So again, nothing to worry about. Just take it off and carry on. In this pot we've got the chives. They're doing really well. They do look a bit leggy. Again, don't worry, this time of year it's perfectly normal for them to look a bit leggy. They will fill out and look like the chives that you expect a bit later on. If you find that they've got these little black specks on the top, don't worry about that. That's literally just the seed husk. It stays on the tip of the plants, so that'll fall off in time. Again, just make sure they're kept nice and moist. I tend to water these from the bottom. They're doing pretty well and they're just staying on a nice warm windowsill just to thicken up a bit. So although I've not had any luck with my potatoes, Candice's are doing really well and she's going to take you through the next step with them.
Thanks, Kate. Hello, Candice here, and today I'm going to get on with these potatoes. This is Paloma. How are yours getting on? I need my fabric pot for these, and I'm looking for the two strongest ones with some nice sprouts. If they've got more than 3, break the other ones off. This one's got 3 and this one's got just 1, so I'll use those today. Right, so I'm going to start filling my fabric pot. It should hold about 8 litres of soil. I could be here some time. You can see that I'm breaking up the clumps as I go along. Now, from experience, I've learnt to not fill the pot immediately, because then I struggle to make holes. So you want about 6 centimetres, that's about 2.5 inches at the bottom. And then I'm going to pop the potatoes in with these pointing upwards. Carry on filling it up to the top. Nearly there. Should take 8 litres. Break all those lumpy bits up. There we go. That's what it should look like. Can you see that? Paloma needs a lot of sunshine to get her going. I'm just looking around in my garden for a bit of sunshine. Try to find a sunny spot in your garden for her. or on your balcony. She can stay outside at this time of the year, but if it gets a bit frosty, take her in for a couple of nights. So I've given Paloma a drink so her compost is nice and moist. If you repeat that every few days, just letting the compost dry out a bit in between. As it gets warmer, Paloma will need watering a bit more often. I'm praying for some warmer weather. Paloma's leaves will start poking through in a few weeks' time, so that's when I'll come back and we'll check on her progress.